Hey guys, what's up? It's me, Seana, and I'm back with a new video. So I decided to do a story time video. Alright, so let's get into it. Alright, so in this story, I was a kid, and my younger brother was only 5 at the time, and I was either 8 or 9. Probably 9. So we were playing outside, because you know that's what kids used to do back in the days, play outside, right? And I had my friend, I was playing with my friend. We were sitting down on a bench talking or doing something. I don't remember what we were doing. And my brother came up to me and he was like, Seana, could you please take me to the store? I'm hungry, I want some chips. And I'm like, no, leave me alone, I don't have any money. You don't even have any money. Like, no, leave me alone. I'm not going to the store right now. And he's like, please, I want some chips. I really want some chips. I'm hungry. I'm just sitting here, like, you know, talking to my friend. And I'm like, no, leave me alone. Like, no, we don't have any money. I'm not going to the store. I was like, it's going to be time to eat dinner soon anyway. Fine, I'm just going to go to the store by myself then. I was like, all right, go on, bye. Leave me alone. Now, I didn't think that he was actually going to go to the store by himself. You know, I thought he was just saying that, hoping that that's going to make me change my mind. But, you know, he took off, but I didn't think he really went to the store. Okay, so now me and my friend were continuing, like, chilling, you know, whatever we were doing, talking. Probably about 15-20 minutes later, my brother comes running over to me with a bag of chips in his hand. And I'm like, where did you get that? He's like, I went to the store. I told you I was going to the store. And then I was like, where did you get money? He's like, I didn't have any. I was like, so then how did you get them? He's like, I just took it. And nobody saw you? I'm just like, what? So me, my friend, and my brother, we actually just sat there and ate the chips because we were hungry and he had them. And, you know, we just ate the chips and we were hungry and they were good. And it was just like a small bag of chips like that probably cost about like 50 cents or something. So then my brother was like, I want to go get more. And I was just like, okay, yeah, go get some. Now, of course, me being the older sibling, like, I shouldn't be, you know, like, I should be making sure he's not, like, crossing the street by himself and stuff like that. But I'm just like, you know, I'm thinking, well, he did it once. He somehow managed to get across the street by himself and get a bag of chips without paying for it by himself without nobody seeing him. So I'm thinking, well, he's smart then. Like, if he did it once, why can't he do it again? So yeah, he leaves, he goes to the store. And we lived in like a little apartment like complex. So the store that he was going to was like a little convenience store. You know, like a little convenience store with a gas station that was like across the street from the apartment complex. So me and my friend went over to the sidewalk by the street, like, you know, where the street where you cross to get to the store. We went over to the sidewalk and was standing there waiting. And all of a sudden, my brother comes running out of the store with a bag of chips in his hand. And the store has like this little parking lot area. So he's like running across the parking lot, you know, coming towards, you know, the street, you know, to cross the street. And as he's running across the little parking lot with the bag of chips in his hand, out comes the guy that works there at the store, comes out chasing after him. I mean, he wasn't running, he was just like walking really fast. But the guy comes out chasing after him and I'm like, oh no. You know, so now I'm like getting scared. You know, my brother, I can tell he's just scared because he's just running. You know, and of course he's not like thinking about, you know, looking both ways to cross the street. You know, he's just like running, trying to get away, and he just runs across the street. And then as he was like running across the street, he did almost get hit by a car. So, you know, the car like stopped just in time, like literally like probably like just like almost touched him because he's like, you know, he's like running and then the car's like, you know, he just like stopped, like turned like that, you know, and then he kept running. You know, he runs over to me and it's like throws me the bag of chips. He's like, you know, and then he just keeps running and then he just runs down the street, you know, like running like into our like apartment complex area. So now I'm just standing there holding the bag of chips in my hand like this, and the guy, he's still coming, you know, he's coming towards me, coming across the street. So now I'm like, I just drop the chips, then I start running. Alright, so now at this point, I am like just freaking scared. Like, I mean, scared like out of my mind. I'm so scared. All I'm just thinking, we're gonna get in so much trouble. Like, so I'm just like running and I'm like looking for my brother. I don't know where he went. So I'm like running around like the buildings and stuff in the apartment complex area. I don't know. I don't even remember where my friend went. I'm thinking that she must have got scared and ran home or something. I don't even remember seeing her after that because I actually remember her being with me when my brother was like coming across the street with the chips and stuff. So after he handed me the chips, I dropped them, I started running, and she must have ran too, but she must have just like ran home or something. So I'm like running around the buildings, I'm looking for my brother, and at the same time I'm like scared. I'm like, oh. You know, I'm just thinking like we're gonna get in trouble, like the police are gonna come after us. You know, like, I'm like a 9-year-old kid. All I'm thinking is that like somebody's going to jail because we got caught stealing. So I'm thinking like, you know, the police are gonna come after us. And I'm thinking since my brother is only 5, then the police are just gonna arrest my parents and then they're gonna go to jail. And then I thought, and then if my parents go to jail, then me and my brother are going to be taken away and put into like a foster home or something, and then we'll never see my parents again. That's like what's going through my mind. So I'm like really scared. I'm like about to cry. I'm like so scared. So finally I find my brother, and then we both just run home. We come in the house, you know, and my parents, you know, they're just finishing up cooking dinner. And, you know, they're just calm, chilling, everything's cool. And my dad's like, oh, you guys just made it back just in time for dinner. And so, you know, I'm just thinking like, okay, maybe everything's okay. Like, you know, nothing's, maybe nobody's gonna find out. Like, maybe this is it. Like, maybe everything's just okay. So my dad tells us to go upstairs and wash our hands to get ready for dinner. So we go upstairs, you know, and as we're upstairs in the bathroom washing our hands, all of a sudden somebody comes knocking at the door. Now, you know, I'm like panicking. Me and my brother are looking at each other like, you know, and I'm like, oh my gosh, please don't let it be the police. Yeah, so, you know, I'm just thinking it's gonna be the cops coming to arrest somebody. So we're at the top of the stairs listening. My dad opens the door, and it's this lady, this older lady that lives in one of the apartments. And she's like, your son just went over there to that store and stole a bag of chips. And then my brother's standing there at the top of the stairs, and he's like, no, I didn't. He's like, yes, you did. I saw it. So she tells my dad everything. She tells him how he almost got hit by a car. Basically, she's seen the whole thing because her apartment is like right there on the street facing where the store is. So she must have been sitting outside her house and witnessed the whole thing. So she told him everything that happened. You know, my dad's like, you know, so then he's like, thanks for telling me. So after he closes the door, then, you know, we go in our room and he comes upstairs and he's basically yelling at us, and he's like, you know, what are you doing? You know better than that. What are you doing stealing? Like, you know, you know you're not supposed to be doing that. You know, he was like going off, you know, he's like yelling. Well, first he's like yelling at my brother, and we did get spankings with a belt. We're like, oh no, we're gonna get the belt. Yeah, so my dad, he has the belt in his hand and he's just going off. He's like, you know better than that. You know you're not supposed to be so, you know, he's just going off and everything. So first he's yelling at my brother, then he's yelling at me. He's like, and what were you doing? You're supposed to be watching him. Yeah, blah, blah. You know, he's just going off. And I just start crying, and he's like, why are you crying? Because you're gonna spank me. It's like, no, I'm not gonna spank you. I'm gonna spank him. But I'm just yelling at you because you should have been watching him. So then after he's done yelling at me, he tells me to go downstairs and eat. I go downstairs and eat, and then basically my brother, you know, my brother got that ass whooped. And then later on, after we ate, my dad took my brother over to the store so that he can apologize to the man for stealing. So yeah, that's basically my story. But basically it's one of those stories that I'll never forget because it's funny when I think about it. Like, it makes me laugh, but at the same time, like, you know, I feel a little bit guilty, you know, for like not really watching my brother, like, you know, because something bad could have happened, you know, something worse, like he could have gotten hit by a car. He was only 5 and he was crossing the street like by himself, and he did almost get hit when he came running back with those chips, you know, because he was just scared running. Like, he wasn't thinking about looking for cars and stuff. He was just like running, trying to like get away. So it does make me feel like a little bit bad, you know, like that I wasn't, you know, being more responsible. Like, I knew better that, you know, he's only 5, he shouldn't be crossing the street by himself. So I don't know what I was thinking. I don't know. It's like at first I just wanted him to leave me alone, but I didn't think he was gonna go to the store by himself. But then when he managed to come back with a bag of chips, I thought he could do it again because he did it once. I just thought that's how it would work. Like, if he did it once, he can do it again. But yeah, that was dumb of me. So I learned my lesson. And but yeah, I'm just thankful that like nothing worse happened, that he didn't get hurt. But yeah, it's a funny story. Like, every now and then we bring it up, we laugh at it. You know, my parents, like, they still remember it. They still laugh about it now to this day. Like, it's, you know, it's just kind of a funny situation. At the same time, we realize, you know, it could have been a bad situation, but luckily it wasn't, so we can laugh at it now, you know. Anyway, if you enjoyed the story, please give it a thumbs up. And yeah, make sure you subscribe if you're not subscribed. And yeah, I guess that's it. Yeah, leave me any comments below if you have any crazy stories that happened when you were a kid. Yeah, and I'll see you in another video. Bye. Peace.